Hi all, and probably in 2024, most of you thinking about the first long bikepacking trip or the first ultra distance race. And from my perspective, the ultra distance for me is like more than 200 kilometers, but of course like 100 kilometers, it's also a really long ride. So it depends on the person, and I don't want to like start this conversation. But from my perspective, I want to share with you a couple of things that I'm always carry with me for this like long trips, long distance races that probably they are like necessary, and sometimes they can just like, let's say, save your life or like make stuff like faster than you expect if something will be broken or if you need like any extra comfort. So on this episode, I just want to like talk about this like couple of things that I think you need to bring with you for your first ride. My first position on the list, it's like this kind of like small multi-tool, and you can get one like from all these like outdoor shops, but I ordered this one from Amazon. And why you have to have this like small thing with you? Because most of you, you have like this multi-tool for your bike that you can just like screw something, like regulate your steam, whatever it's necessary. But with this tool, actually, you can cut some ropes, or you can cut even some like benches, tree, depends on the size. And if you want to like take out something from your tires, for example, it's really useful thing. And I had this like multi-tool on Morocco during Atlas Mountain Race, and I used this like all the time, probably like 10 times, because I had to like take off some stuff from my tires, or I need to cut like some material. So this thing is really useful. It's really tiny, as you can see, and has like different types of like things that you can. I think the most popular one is like Latterman. I had one in the past, but I also like use this one because it's really tiny. You can like stick this like to your bikepacking bags and use whatever you want. So I highly recommend that type of things in your set. So this gold thing, it's a rescue blanket, and I think everybody who is doing like races or bikepacking should have this thing, because as you can see, it's like really tiny, really flat, really easy to stick to your bag. But what these things do, first, like if you going for like bikepacking or race, weather condition can be perfect, but suddenly you can have like injury, you have to stop for like hour or two, and your body is like losing the temperature. So this thing, it's like keep you warm, but also during like really dry and hot conditions, this thing can also like cover you from the sun. And I tried this like once last year during bikepacking trip when it was like really hot in Switzerland, and we did like kind of like shade with that like in the middle of nowhere where we were like on the field. But also what I saw during the Seven Serpents this year, like the people from the top, they were using that thing as a sleeping bag, and I know that they're like sleeping probably for the entire day for like 2-3 hours, but this thing is also like keeping you warm when you're like sleeping, so you don't have to carry your sleeping bag. But of course it's not for the beginners, this like type of thing, but this is also really important just for the safety reason. Of course, you can get one of these things for in the outdoor shop, but also ask your trail running friends maybe, because I got this thing like so many times on the trail running races, and I had like a couple of them in my shed. So I'm always like bringing or like passing to the friends that are like starting with bikepacking. I know that this thing is obvious for almost everybody from the ultra and bikepacking world, but as a quick reminder, because I was on this group, that I was always forgetting like the small bottle of the chain lube. And I know right now on the market, some brands, they offer you this like chain lubes that they can handle 1000 kilometers. Of course, it's true, but for me, it's better to have this like small bottle with you, because like all these weather conditions right now all around the world, they're quite difficult, and it's better to have something extra to put extra layer on your chain so it's working smoothly and you're like safe on the road, and you don't have to worry about like anything with your chain or like cassette. So yeah, it's really easy to get one of these bottles from the bike shop, because sometimes they have samples and it's really easy to refill. You can also buy these like small bottles online, so check on your bike shop, maybe they have like some extra stuff. But remember to have like this with you. It's really small, and one bottle for me can be for like at least 2-3 bikepacking trips or like 2 races, depends like how hard and how long it is. In this tiny box from the film roll, I have a cream for like sensitive places on your butt, and it's really important to have this like cream with you, because after the long day on the saddle, probably your skin will be also tired, and even if you have like the best bib shorts ever, believe me, you will feel your skin and you will have like any sensitive spots. So I highly recommend during like some breaks for lunch or like coffee, just put like any tiny extra layer on this like part that you're feeling that something's going on over there. You will be safe and you won't have like any issues at all if you're doing like race or like long bikepacking trip. I don't have any specific brands if we're talking about the cream, but I'm using right now ones that I test for like a couple of races in the past and it works really well. But also in the past I tried like a couple different brands. Depends on the skin, on the person. There's like different things, so just keep trying. But it's good to have one of these with you. And I know some brands, they like selling small boxes with that type of cream, but I'm using this one because it's you can put like a lot of here. It's really tiny, and you have also really good access with this like big hole here. So yeah, remember about that, because your comfort is the most important thing during the long rides. And the last thing from my list, it's this tiny headlamp. And I know a lot of people have like lights on their bikes and like lights on the phones, but believe me, this is also the lifesaver, because if you're in the middle of nowhere and it's during the night and you have to search for your like sleeping spot, or you have to fix your bike during the race, you can just easily put that on your head and have like free hands, and you don't have to worry about like anything. So it's really useful, really handy. And I was using this light so many times during bikepacking or like races, and I always have like with me, it's really easy to charge from your power bank. But also it's happened to me last year on Badlands. I was like ran out of the batteries during the race. This thing was the only light source, so I can still like keep going like safe. And I just put it like on my helmet, because you have like this kind of nice attachment that you can like stick to different parts of your like gear. So yeah, remember to have something like that with you, because extra light source, it's really important, especially like if you're doing something like during the night with your bike. And you can get one from also Amazon or from like outdoor shops. They have like probably different models, different kinds of that. So remember, like small headlamp with you will be like the good things to have in your bag. So that was like the short list of my stuff that I'm always bringing with me. And when I'm packing my stuff, I always have this like thought in my mind: smaller is better. But remember, in the beginning, you don't have to spend like a lot of money on your equipment. You can always ask your friend who is like into bikepacking that maybe you can borrow some stuff, so you can test it, and then if it's something working for you or not, you can just like try it by your own stuff. And remember, like sharing is caring. So yeah, if you have any other questions, drop them like in the comments section. And if maybe you have other tips, because also I know like some people on this channel, they did like a couple of nice trips. So also drop your tips for people here, so we can just like share the knowledge. And I'm also curious what your like type of equipment for all this like nice things on your bike. So I just want to thank you for being here, and see you on the next adventure.